Hello, I'm Jonathan Palmer, Executive Director for the Rondo Center of Diverse Expressions, which administers the Rondo Commemorative Plaza, and that includes the Rondo History Walk. I want to welcome you all out to take a virtual look at our plaza and hear the stories of people who have purchased bricks and memorialized in stone their memories, their family, their community, and see what Rondo can mean for you. The idea for the Commemorative Plaza came about around 2013 when the former VFW out here had burned down. Marvin Anderson, who is our founder, had been looking at ways to continue to memorialize the Rondo community and enshrine in people's memories what Rondo was and the beacon it stood as. This area that we are on became a place that Marvin envisioned would be something for people to come to visit, to be a permanent spot in the Rondo community that would make people's memories come to life. In 2016 was when they began to get to breaking ground, and in 2018 is when it opened to the public as an actual monument. This monument is the first of its kind. It stands as a beacon of remembering communities, over 2,000 black and brown ones across the United States, that had urban design used as a way to decimate the community and steal people's homes, steal people's businesses, and have a devastating impact on their lives. Here in Rondo, over 700 homes and over 300 businesses were taken in by the highway, which had another route that it could have gone on, and it wouldn't have impacted the community that way. So we felt it was important to ensure that people would not only know the story, but also be able to make sure that their memories were kept alive. Here at the plaza, we have several panels which tell the history, and that's the large history, though. What we have that makes us very unique is our History Memorial Walk that has bricks engraved with the names, with the stores, with the memories from the community. Oftentimes, we look at history as the big events, but what's also important is the everyday lives, the small moments, the individuals who are part of this community. And that's what the Memorial Walk allows people to ensure is enshrined in memory. We have several descendants of Rondo who participated in the Memorial Brick program, what it would mean to them to leave a message for future generations, why they purchased a brick to have it out on the plaza, what it would mean to have that here as part of the permanent history, and what they would tell other people who were interested in purchasing a brick. Here are their stories.
I was born and raised here, and we had the house on the corner of St. Anthony and Chatsworth, 978 St. Anthony. So I've only moved, and it'll be 80 years next month. I've only moved a half a block from the house I was born and raised in.
And actually, where Rondo Plaza sits today, I grew up probably like 6 blocks away from there. So just on Eichelhart and Grotto is where I grew up.
My connection to Rondo is that I am a native Minnesotan, and I have the experience of being part of Rondo. As I worked on Rondo, my mother worked in Rondo at the Hallie Q. Brown Center.
My name is Karen Nance. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and my connection to the Rondo Project is through my grandmother. My grandmother, Ethel Ray Nance, was actually born in Duluth, Minnesota, but she had a lot of work that she did in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
I must have brought, I don't know, was it 7 or 8 bricks? I had one that said Rondo Strong, the Gilbreth family. Then I had one with my brother's names and my name, my mom and dad's name, and then my brother's names. and then my husband's name and my name, and then my kids' names. It was like the family putting the history together on the commemorative plaza of Rondo.
So the first year we just did my grandparents and my mother and my aunt and uncle. And then the second year we added ourselves. So me and my sisters and my other cousins, we added them as another layer of generations. So it's much more sustainable and more people may recognize our family.
You know, it was during the Rondo days last year and had passed by and saw it. And that was the first time I really stopped there and saw what they were doing. And I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted our family to be known since we lived in the area. I wanted us to be a part of that commemoration that they were setting up. And the least I could do would be to purchase a brick to get our family name on there as well.
But then I did a project a few years ago where I honored mothers of the community who at that time ranged in age from like 89 to 99. And these were mostly my peer groups of mothers. And so I got bricks for them as well. So that particular Golden Women of Rondo group of people, I purchased a group. And that was, I think, probably almost 20 bricks because there was quite a few of them. It was a very nice event that turned out very nicely. So I've probably purchased, I don't know, almost 30 bricks, something like that. The plaza itself is such a wonderful expression of the community and a remembrance to the people who've been part of it for generations. And I thought it was important for those particular women to be honored as well. So.
Well, when you have something like a Rondo, you can't deny Rondo, because Rondo has memorialized itself. And so by having a plaza with names and bricks that have the names carved out in these bricks, it provides a curiosity, and that curiosity provides an inspiration. And so it's necessary that we continue as a people to recognize ourselves, to name ourselves, and to put it in a type of permanence that politics cannot erase.
For people that come from that community to purchase the bricks to fill the whole plaza and then some. I'm like, come up with where they got to build other plaques for more names, because I think that it provides a gathering place where people can go to and say, hey, these individuals were a part of this neighborhood. They actually exist. This wasn't made up. This isn't fake. These are real people that you can actually look up, find, and a lot of people you can still talk to today that were part of that community and part of that area. So it means a lot to have a brick there with all the rest of the folks.
I think it's so important to have a visual representation of the commitment and contributions of the people that came before. So when the young people go through the plaza, it's easy to not only see the names, but it's the contributions of a communal group of people that supported each other. So when you mentioned earlier that there might be a statue of one person, and we're used to that, right? Especially if we go to Washington, D.C., there's one statue that gives the impression that this one person has done a lot. But the benefit and the beauty of having the Rondo Plaza, commemorative plaza, is that people can see that it wasn't one person, it was the community. And the Rondo Project gives the young people an opportunity on a constant basis to see that not only their contributions moving forward are important, but they can stand on the support and the inspiration from the people that came before. And in addition, we always hear about the very famous people, right? We hear about Martin Luther King and we might hear about Malcolm X, but we don't hear about the people, just ordinary people who've made significant contributions. And it should be enlightening to people so that they can say, you know what? If these people are more than just names, they're a community that stood together, they're bricks, they're solid people that are connected. And I think that's the most important thing. And so that's the motivation for young people to move forward based on not only the names, but the collective of the community that Rondo represents.
Because everybody that has a brick there has a connection to the community. They were raised there. Some people had businesses there, but all in all, it just shows the strength and sustainability of a community when it's close knit. So it's just a really, I mean, Marvin has just done a wonderful job creating this opportunity for all of us to be part of it, but also some a memory. Like if you come back in town and you haven't been there for a while, you could go there, find your family or find a neighbor or find, oh my God, it's just too wonderful to put into words, actually.
I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to visit us here at the Rondo Center of Diverse Expression and the Rondo Commemorative Plaza. I also want to say thank you to our interviewees for sharing their stories and talking a bit about what it means to have a brick on the plaza and have their families or their memories memorialized as part of the History Walk. If you're interested in purchasing a brick or several bricks, go ahead to our website at rcodemn.org or visit us here at 315 5th Street, and you can purchase a brick and it will go ahead and memorialize your memories, your family, your community center, your store, whatever it is that's important to you, and it then will be a permanent part of the History Walk here in the Rondo community.